I am the host of Premier Sports Talk, Randy Prentice, and I'm dropping another episode. I like to call them the Shedeur Chronicles. Sometimes I call it What Are They Saying Today? Uh, this episode is going to drop right before the Tennessee Titans game, the Cleveland Browns against the Tennessee Titans. Some people up there in Cleveland want to, you know, talk about it as the Cam Ward and ShedeurSanders battery rivalry. But Cam Ward and Shedeur set the media straight, saying that they cool with each other. They're really good friends. Uh, they don't have any ill will towards one another. All they want to do is go out there and perform their best in the game. But real talk, y'all, real talk is that they are two competitive young men that deep down inside they want to win. Deep down inside they want to win. And if you follow either Cam Ward or ShedeurSanders leading up to the NFL draft, when Cam Ward was interviewed and he was asked who was the number one quarterback, this is the truth. It's on video. It's on film. Cam Ward said that ShedeurSanders was the number one quarterback. He said that. You know, he don't like how things went for him, but he said he just wished him the best whenever he gets his opportunity. And lo and behold, this Sunday, the Tennessee Titans and Cam Ward will be facing off against the Cleveland Browns and ShedeurSanders. You know, there's that saying that the first will be last and the last will be first. You know, this is ShedeurSanders' only third game that he's actually starting as QB1. The first game when he came in against the Baltimore Ravens, he came in after halftime. Dylan Gabriel had a concussion. He got thrown in the game. All through this NFL season, they had Shedeur throwing to equipment guys and assistant coaches on the other field. You know, it's already came out that Kevin Stefanski, the coach, had already said that he told his offensive staff that this was going to be a red shirt year for ShedeurSanders, but he lied to us or anybody that's been following this story with ShedeurSanders. You know, Kevin Stefanski is going to come. He came out and told everybody in the media and all of us, all the fans, that it was going to be a four-way competition for who would be the number one quarterback and the number two quarterback, when all along, before he ever uttered that out in his mouth to the media or to us, the fans, in his press conference, he had already secretly told his staff that this was going to be a red shirt year for ShedeurSanders, but then had everybody thinking it was something else. You know, Albert Breer, who is not a ShedeurSanders supporter, Albert Breer, NFL analyst for the entire NFL, he threw Kevin Stefanski under a bus and said that he was told directly, you know, that he told the staff that it was going to be a red shirt year for ShedeurSanders. So I got a message before I get into this, y'all. I got one message for Kevin Stefanski. Typically, I don't want to see nobody lose their job. Not you, not me. I don't want to see nobody lose their job. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And as my man say on Life of Football, that the Red Sea's gonna part, that Red Sea's gonna part. What the enemy means for harm, God always makes it out and turns it around for good. So I got one message I want to drop to Kevin Stefanski. I just got one message, y'all.
You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me
For nothing. Y'all hear that? Do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear that? Somebody about to lose their job, i.e. Kevin Stefanski, because he's been detaining ShedeurSanders. It's just crazy, y'all. It's just crazy. So what I'm going to do here on this particular episode, I just had to do that. I just had to do that, y'all. I had to. I hope somebody laughed on the other end of this. I hope you like it. Again, I am Randy Prentice, the host of Premier Sports Talk, and I am dropping episode 4 of what I like to call the ShedeurSanders Chronicles, or what are they saying about Shedeur now? What are they saying now? And today is December the 5th. You know, it's Friday. We got 2 days before the Tennessee Titan game. So I just chopped up some interviews, and I just want to share with y'all what people are saying prior to the Cleveland Brown game with the Tennessee Titans. And then in between, I'm going to give my opinion. And what I would like to do is whenever you watch this live airing, drop your comments, share your opinions. If you like any part of this, do me a favor. You can help the channel by hitting that like button. You can really help the channel by dropping your comments, because the more people that hit that thumbs up, the more people that share their opinions and comments in here, it helps pushes out this feed out into the YouTube algorithm. I'm trying to get out of this first tier and push the channel up out there. I'm in the lower level in the YouTube algorithm, y'all. But thanks to each and every one of you that have already subscribed to Premier Sports Talk. We're at 3,411 subscribers. Won't God do it? 3,411 subscribers. I remember when I tried to get my first 50 subscribers and how hard it is. But when we have trust and believe and pray about it, if it's in God's will, it shall be so. So let me share this. I got Andrew Siciliana. He used to be on the NFL Network. He's the one that has if you don't know, Andrew Siciliana, very good sports analyst. He has the they're not little ears, they're large ears, but he's a great, he's straight down the middle. He's been a Cleveland Brown fan all his life, and I just want to share with you what he has to say about ShedeurSanders prior to the game against the Tennessee Titans. Again, in between little interview that we hear, they're not long at all. They're not long at all. We hear what they got to say. I'll drop my opinions on it, and I would like for you all again to share your opinions, share your comments, drop if you like or dislike it.
As well, I thought Shedeur, guys, I don't know if you've played that yet. I thought Shedeur he took responsibility on the podium today. He didn't say it like, hey, there are a lot of throws I missed last week, but what he did say is, looking at the film, that he's got to be able to just, see it, rip it, have confidence, be more comfortable, that those plays are there. He used the word trust a lot. Trust his guys, whether it's Jerry Jr. or whomever, rather, and just let it rip. I want to see Shedeur take those downfield shots or mid-range shots that we know are there, and to get a better read on what he can do. Like, going back and looking at the Niner game, both can be true. He's a young quarterback in his second start. Like, you want to show him some grace. Yeah. Obviously. And at the same time go, hey, you could have played better. There are throws here that were obviously there for the taking.
He had throws that were open.
The game would have looked a little bit different.
But he didn't throw it to certain wide receivers because he didn't trust them.
You got, I think, a very good matchup here. This is a game that the Browns should win. And then, you're going to get a real nice gauntlet of real teams that are playing for significant stakes at Chicago, home Buffalo, home Pittsburgh.
All right, so there we have it. That particular, I tap in on YouTube pretty much 7 days a week. Not so much on the weekend, but Monday through Friday for sure, just so I can follow what's going on with ShedeurSanders and the Cleveland Browns, because I'm tapping in to get any content on ShedeurSanders. That was Cleveland Browns Daily right there. Again, we heard Andrew Siciliana. He used to be with NFL Network. He now works for Yahoo Sports. So that you want to check him out on YouTube. Again, Andrew Siciliani. He comes on once a week or twice a week on Cleveland Browns Daily that comes on at 3 p.m. He has his own show on Yahoo Sports that airs on YouTube. So, but Mr. Siciliani was saying that, people need to give Shedeur grace. That was only his second start last week against the 49ers. But the key thing, he was saying that there was opportunities. I'm going to call it I'm gonna keep it a buck, keep it real, give you some real talk. There was some throws that ShedeurSanders simply did not throw. You know, if any of you been following him and watching any of the footage on social media, he looked directly at Jerry Jeudy, looked directly at Tillman, the other wide receiver on the left side, looked at him and did not throw to them. Why? Because he didn't trust them. ShedeurSanders said in his interview that for him, it's all about a trust factor. It's all about looking in the wide receiver's eyes, see their look, or knowing how they like the ball on a certain side, or running a certain route a certain way. And what he said was he wasn't throwing anybody under the bus, but he was speaking truth. During his interview that he had, it was on Wednesday, he said it's all about trust, but also he said is people are lining up one way in practice, but then when they get in the game, they're not lining up where they're supposed to be. So think about if that was me or you. If you taught somebody how to drive a car a certain way, but then you doing the very opposite, you know, you're supposed to come to a stop sign and you don't stop, you just go straight through it, if you get in a damn accident, you know? So think of it like that. So if you got wide receivers not lining up where they're supposed to be, wide receivers stopping on the route, you know, it's all about trust. They got to build some camaraderie, and hopefully, you know, this particular week, you know, Jerry Jeudy got slammed for him going crashing out on Shedeur on the sideline, which does happen. You know, it ain't nothing new. You know, players getting arguments on the sideline, but with that only being Shedeur's second game, I felt like with Jerry Jeudy being the 6-year pro, that he should have known better and display that type of attitude to Shedeur. That's what I'll say on that. He shouldn't display that type of attitude. He didn't do that to Joe Flacco when he was, you know, Joe didn't go off on Jerry Jeudy when he was dropping balls. You know, he damn sure enough didn't go off on Dillon Gabriel. I'm going to call him DG. Everybody else want to call him a lucky leprechaun. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to respect the man. You know, we shouldn't talk badly about one person just because we want to see another person play. You know, they all deserve respect. The same respect that we want Shedeur to get, we should have that same respect towards Mr. Dillon Gabriel. You know, he don't need to be called no lucky leprechaun. He don't need to be called, you know, lollipop kid or munchkin or anything like that. Get a man respect. You know, even though sometimes he throws little jabs at Shedeur and there's little cliche sayings, you know, hey, we got to be bigger, rise above the chaos and the mess. So where was I at? So basically, it all boils down for trust to Shedeur. So where we at? Where we at? So next thing I want to give you is Kevin Stefanski talking about ShedeurSanders, and that supposedly he's gonna let it. It sounded like he was saying that he's gonna let the shackles off of Shedeur and let him rip the ball. But his mouth's saying one thing in today's interview, but we'll see during the game what actually happens. So let's listen to what Kevin Stefanski has to say.
Shedeur on Wednesday felt like he saw what he needed to see. And some people did always let it go. Was hesitant to rip it for whatever reason. So how do you get him kind of past that hurdle where he feels just completely comfortable with it?
Yeah, I think it's just a natural maturation of young players. Certainly quarterbacks getting that feel for some of those looks that you're seeing for the first time. And you try to replicate those looks in practice and make it as full speed and realistic as you can be. And then sometimes you get to the game and it's just that game speed. So I think he's doing a nice job of operating the offense. And I knowing the person and knowing the player, I have no concerns about him letting it rip, quote unquote.
So we heard it. Kevin Stefanski said he has no concerns about letting ShedeurSanders let it rip. Now, if you don't know, you're about to know. When Dillon Gabriel, which is his pick, was the quarterback, Dillon Gabriel threw the ball 50-something times. I think it was the second game he played in, 50 times. But Kevin Stefanski, and the offensive coordinator, which I know he's following Kevin Stefanski's instructions, he has not allowed Shedeur throw the ball over 25 times. Over 25 times, y'all. He hasn't allowed him to. He's dumbing it down. He's not giving Shedeur the opportunity to shine. You know, Shedeur, he even told us, you know, the bottom line is his name's been called. He got to go out there and produce. Nobody cares that he didn't get reps. Nobody cares that he wasn't afforded the same opportunity as Dillon Gabriel. It's charted. Dillon Gabriel, from the beginning of training camp all the way up to the start of the season, he had a total of 160 reps. 160 reps. And Shedeur had 88 something. Dillon Gabriel received 160 reps, double the amount of reps during training camp than Shedeur. 80 extra reps. But it's not just the 80 extra reps. He got 80 reps, extra reps with the number one, the first team, and the second team. All Shedeur got reps with was third and fourth team players. 3/4 of them ain't even on the team right now. They're not even on the team. He was never given the same opportunity as the others. But like Shedeur said, that doesn't matter. He has to do what he has to do. So the speed of the game, you're going to hear something coming up to where it's evident on tape that he's playing the speed of the game at the college level, but it's going to take more on-time tasks, more gameplay, more reps for him to start getting up to the NFL game speed. Everybody has to go through that. Every rookie in the NFL has to go through that. Every rookie. Now, we're going to have the offensive coordinator, Tommy Rees, speak on ShedeurSanders. If you don't know, like I always say, you're about to know, Tommy Rees is one of the top 2 candidates to take over the head coaching position for UCLA. He's from the California area. His parents are still out in that area. He's the top 2 candidates to take over the UCLA job. I actually thought it was going to happen sometime this week, but you know, for ShedeurSanders, I'm glad that it didn't, because you know, Tommy Rees, if you don't know, you're about to know. You know, he was on the Notre Dame offensive side staff. He's been groomed and mentored by Nick Saban. He was on the Alabama Roll Tide staff. Alabama's going against University of Georgia tomorrow at 4 o'clock. But one reason why I bring that up is Tommy Rees has a better connection with all those rookies that are currently on the Cleveland Browns, and especially on the offensive side of the ball. Quinshon Judkins, Dylan Sampson, both running backs, ShedeurSanders, Harold Fanning Jr., all those rookies. Gage Lavidan, he can relate and connect more than what Kevin Stefanski can. So he's used to playing the calls for college ball players. So it's better that, you know, I never wanted to see Shedeur get in there with Kevin Stefanski being the offensive play caller, because I felt like he would get set up for the okie doke. And then we can even see that now, even with Kevin Stefanski not being the coach. Not being the offensive play caller, because when Dillon Gabriel was playing in the games, Dillon Gabriel, for all but 3 plays when they was in the red zone, was still in the game. But when ShedeurSanders throw the ball deep and they get in the red zone, they take ShedeurSanders out of the game and they run that Wildcat. They don't want to let ShedeurSanders shine. That's one of ShedeurSanders, as like Mary Kay Cabot, the Cleveland beat writer up there, likes to say, that's one of Shedeur's superpowers in the red zone. He can throw that touchdown, but they trying to keep his glory from, they trying to dim that light. It ain't happening. It ain't happening, y'all. It ain't happening. I believe in this game, ShedeurSanders going against the Tennessee Titans and Cam Ward, with both of them being competitive. They've been downplaying it like this game don't bring about any extra juice because they're going against one each other. If you've seen anything on Well Off Media, you know, Shedeur's brother, DeionSanders Jr., a.k.a. Bucky, a.k.a. Osakian, whatever one of those three names you want to call him, you know, they're very competitive. It's the footage is out there. So deep down inside, this is the opportunity for ShedeurSanders can shine and prove himself right that he should have never been dropped down to the fifth round. He should have never been dropped. Should have never been dropped down to the fifth round. If ShedeurSanders can win this game against the Tennessee Titans and beat the NFL's #1 draft pick in Cam Ward, it will speak volumes. Nobody can say that ShedeurSanders is not an NFL quarterback if the Cleveland Browns and ShedeurSanders come away with a win. They can't say it. So let's listen to what Tommy Rees has to say, Browns offensive coordinator.
Ready to roll.
How did Shedeur progress from his first start to his second start?
Yeah, took care of the football, you know, there throughout the game, which is a positive, something that with young players you stress. You know, I thought operationally it was cleaner. As he gets more comfortable, more reps, more opportunities in and out of the huddle, communicating at the line of scrimmage. You know, felt like we had more time at the line of scrimmage to get some things called up front. So, you know, I think ownership of the system, ownership of what we're asking him to do, making good decisions, you know, I thought there was some progression there for sure.
You talked after the game, Friday again, and again yesterday, about building trust with his receivers.
Talking about trust.
How long should that take?
Reporter just asking
I don't know
about
if there's a
trust.
set timetable on that. Obviously, every rep you get, every opportunity you get to throw routes on air, see things in practice. You know, for young players, the first time, you know, every time you see something could be the first time. So I think all those reps add up, and I think there's a natural progression here as they continue to work together. That trust will be built, and it's really, you know, getting on the same page and seeing things the same way so that things can become second nature for them on the field.
But then does frustration build as we saw Jerry Judy,
Right.
yelling at him on the sideline?
They're asking him a question about the Jerry Judy
You know, that's
incident.
behind us at this point. You know, I don't have any concern about their relationship, where they are, being on the same page. I think, look, everybody's competitive, wants to, you know, play well and win games and do things the right way. So, you know, that's something they've had a conversation on. That's completely behind us and moving forward.
It sounded like yesterday when Shedeur was talking, you said it's you're seeing things well, but maybe not trusting enough to let it rip.
Right.
Some of the throws. Did you
Talking
notice
about
that?
Shedeur not
there's
trusting.
certainly
Listen.
some opportunities he probably wants back, and that's going to happen with a young player. You're seeing things, and things are moving quicker than you're used to. And, you know, every rep he gets, every opportunity he gets, he's going to get more and more comfortable. There's always going to be plays you want back. I think we had some things there that you felt like you had some opportunities to hit, and those are coachable moments for a young quarterback. Those are opportunities to point out, like, hey, this is what open looks like, or this is the defender that our eyes need to be on, and, you know, trust that you're going to make this throw. And, you know, in the same vein, he makes a lot of those plays too. So it's building comfort across the game plan, across the concepts, across the coverages he could see, to make sure that we can maximize all the opportunities we have. But he's done a nice job of throughout, you know, the week of communicating and seeing things, and hey, I need another rep of this because I want to see it again. Like, all those points are really positive and moving in the right direction.
I love when Tommy Rees, offensive coordinator for the Browns, gets interviewed and talks on the mic. Why do I love it? Because he's very detailed. He gives credit where credit's due. He also speaks on any negativeness, but he always speaks in a positive manner. He has no problem with saying ShedeurSanders' name, which, if you don't know, you're about to know. Kevin Stefanski has had a problem with being able to say ShedeurSanders' name out his mouth when being asked questions. Since Shedeur has started, he's gotten better with being able to say ShedeurSanders' name. But today, I played his little short clip of his little 30, under a minute interview from the day, this Friday. He was saying him or he. He did not say, he reverted back to his old ways and wouldn't say Shedeur's name. It's just crazy. That's subliminal messages in his brain. You know, I don't know if he had some hex put over him to where he ain't allowed to say Shedeur's name, but it's crazy, y'all. If y'all listen to the interviews, he very rarely speaks ShedeurSanders' name. Just crazy. But what he did say was, Tommy Reese was, you know, he got to start trusting the Shedeur and the receivers or doing time on task. He said that Shedeur has even been asking, hey, can I get another play so I could be able to see it, so I can see how my receivers are moving and how they like that ball thrown during the route. So Shedeur, to me, he is a perfectionist. I really believe he's a perfectionist. You know, playing quarterback, you got to know every small integral detail. It's important, y'all. It's important. It's important. It is so important. So, but again, I'm Randy Princess, the host of Premier Sports Talk. If you could do the channel a favor, if you could hit that thumbs up button, if you haven't subscribed and you like this content, go ahead on and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that notification bell. So anytime that Premier Sports Talk go live, you'll get a little text, a little alert message saying Premier Sports Talk is live, and it'll give you the title of what the live episode is. I would truly, truly appreciate it. And most importantly, if y'all can drop y'all comments in here on any portion of this. I think I only got 3 more short sections. I'm not gonna go too much deeper. Oh, I got 2 more sections. You know, last week I went to a sports tavern that I'd never been to before, and because I was trying to catch the game, and I asked, were they showing the Cleveland Browns game, and they told me no. And they said, well, what team or who do you want to see? And I said, the Cleveland Browns is ShedeurSanders. And the person replied back, and they said, who is ShedeurSanders? I was in shock, because that let me know how emotionally attached that I am to Mr. ShedeurSanders and the Sanders family. I was like, I had the dumbfounded look on my face. I said, you don't know who ShedeurSanders is? You don't know who ShedeurSanders is? And they didn't know. So I couldn't watch the game there. I went to my regular place, and I got to see the Browns play last week against the 49ers when they lost. But I was shocked that they didn't know who ShedeurSanders was. I was just totally shocked, y'all. Totally shocked. So I gotta get out of this. I gotta get out this. I'm in this box. This ShedeurSanders Chronicles box, y'all. Y'all gotta forgive me. Y'all gotta forgive me. But TMZ, y'all know TMZ, and then it's also showed up. I saw it on in social media. ShedeurSanders. They said who was the top 5 trending athletes in any sport, NBA, baseball, whatever. I ain't even know about TMZ. I didn't even know about TMZ Sports, y'all. I'm learning every day. But what I was just speaking on was something else. But I want to let you hear about TMZ Sports and what they said about ShedeurSanders.
A major bombshell about ShedeurSanders. But this boy is box office. You hear me? ShedeurSanders is box office. ShedeurSanders, this is what it says right here. ShedeurSanders is trending as the top athlete in 2025. They didn't hold back when they said that. They said, what do ShedeurSanders and the Pope and Bunny Blue have in common?
Bonnie Blue and the Pope?
The internet couldn't get enough of them this year and 2025. But on here, TMZ got it. Shedeur, but you a bad dude.
Hey, so before I go any further, big time sports talk channel, B Watt Sports Talk. He resides down here in Atlanta where I'm at also. B Watt Sports Talk. That was his actually voice. So I wanted to give credit where credit's due. That's where I got that content from. B Watt Sports Talk. He's on every day, Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. On Wednesdays, because of Bible study, he comes on at 9. He has collaborations that come on his channel 3 days out the week. Oh, that's another thing. I will be doing a live collaboration weekly with a content creator up in Cleveland, Ohio. He has two sports talk channels, and I want to give him a special shout out. We got Browns Football Talk, and we got Going Strong Podcast. Both content creator, his name is Mr. Will Reese. Mr. Will Reese out of Cleveland, Ohio. Browns Football Talk and Going Strong Podcast. On Mondays, I've already agreed to, after the NFL games, to do a live content creator. We'll both be on screens talking to you all. It'll be airing on both my channel and his channel. He's helping me grow my channel so I can blow up to where he's at, so I greatly appreciate it. And then I'm in the works with doing a live content collaboration with another channel. I would love to get on there with Mr. Will Reese and the Browns Football Talk and Going Strong Podcast, and hopefully do a collaboration with this particular content creators out of Texas. It's Simply Ball Dropping. I watch a lot of his content too. So I'm at a lower tier in the basement YouTube channel in this sports talk YouTube arena. But again, you know, God's been good. The man above been good. You know, started this channel July the 4th. Thank you all for blessing the channel. All of you who subscribe to Premier Sport Talk, have your seat reserved at a Premier table. I love my Premier soldiers. I cannot thank you enough. I salute each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. Because without your support, there is no Premier Sports Talk. So let's get here. Greg Cosell, let's hear what he has to say. He's going to talk about the speed of the game. He's going to talk about the speed of the game and what he watched and going back and looking at the tape. It's Greg Cosell. Mr. Cosell himself, Howard Cosell. I believe Greg Cosell is his son. He watches a lot of NFL football tape. But let's listen to what he has to say. He keeps it real, y'all. We can love ShedeurSanders all we want, but we can't be quick there when somebody gives constructive criticism to want to attack them. We got to keep an open mind, and real is real, right is right, and wrong is wrong. But I'll let you all be the judge of it, and y'all drop a comment and let me know if you believe what he's saying or if you disagree.
Ward's played a lot more, and you'd like to see Ward be a little further along in what I'm about to say. Shedeur, I'm not the least bit surprised. Shedeur is still playing at college speed. Okay, he's not dropping back with the quickness you need to drop back. He's not getting back in the pocket, setting his feet. So what happens is you end up being slow in what you're seeing, because you're not really ready to process and deliver the football. So this week, he did not see what he needed to see at the necessary speed. He was just playing a little slow twitch. And that's very, very common, Ross, for college quarterbacks, particularly those that spend almost all their time in college in the shotgun, when there's almost no sense of, let's get back in the pocket.
And he played shotgun
let's get ready
90% of the time at Colorado.
So he missed Jerry Jeudy a number of times in this game where he just didn't throw the ball, and the route concept and route design was really clear. It appeared to me, watching the tape from the multiple angles that I can see, that he looked right at him. In other words, it wasn't a case where he didn't see him, because that was the play design.
He looked dead at him.
He did not turn the ball loose.
Because he don't trust him.
He either wasn't processing it, it wasn't registering, he wasn't ready to throw the ball. I can't tell you what's in his head, but you can't.
What's in his head? He doesn't trust Jerry Jeudy.
Works perfectly, and he just didn't turn it loose.
Shedeur just didn't turn the ball loose. Shedeur, yes. If you go back and look at any of the videotape and the plays, Shedeur looked directly at Jerry Jeudy, looked at him, turned away and threw it away to one of the other players. He likes to, he's more comfortable since he wasn't getting any reps with the first and second team, he's more comfortable throwing to the players that was on the practice squad, who's playing on the team now because of injuries. He trusts them. He knows how they run their routes. That's why he wasn't throwing the ball to Jerry Jeudy. And then just the previous week in the Raiders game, Shedeur threw a bullet to Jerry Jeudy, and then Jerry Jeudy fumbled the ball trying to do some okey-doke special move. Shedeur wasn't trusting Jerry Jeudy. But with Jerry Jeudy being the #1 receiver, ShedeurSanders is obligated. I'm going to say it again. As a quarterback, if you have a #1 receiver, there's a reason why he's a #1 receiver and gets paid all that money. As a quarterback, he's obligated to getting the ball to that #1 receiver. That's football, y'all. But if I don't trust somebody, I understand why he was looking away. I understand why he was looking away. I understand. I want to see if there's a part where I got here where ShedeurSanders said he didn't trust. I don't want to go into that one with Mary Kay. I'm going to close this out with, and then I have one last comment with ShedeurSanders himself talking about trust.
Game and right now is having trust. Having trust with everybody, certain movements, certain way we make eye contact, like certain things is so detailed, and that's how I play very comfortable. So that's how I get in my comfort zone, that's how I get in my bag, that's how I'm able to do that. So it's different because this is a different year. It's not a traditional way. It's not a traditional situation, and that's okay because it's a challenge. And I know we're gonna be able to overcome the challenge, but it just expedite everything, and you just go out there, and just take risks. It is what it is.
That was ShedeurSanders. It's about trust. It's about believing in your teammates. It's about, if you're supposed to be in a certain spot on that field, it's about him knowing that without a doubt, you're going to be there. And he can already throw that ball before they cut into that particular route, before they turn to that spot. So when they turn around, that ball's there. When you turn around, that ball is there. I just wanted to share this with you. I'm Randy Prentice, the host of Premier Sports Talk. And I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for supporting the channel. Each and every one of y'all. I wanted to leave y'all with something, but I got to see if I can find it real quick. So bear with me 1 second. I don't know how far it is down on here. I'm hoping I can get to it. I'm hoping, nope, it's not there. It's not there. But drop y'all comments. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know who your favorite NFL team is. Let me know who you think's going to win. Do you think the Browns are going to win or the Tennessee Titans going to win? Let me know if you think Myles Garrett will get the sack record, break the all-time NFL sack record. It's 22.5 or 23.5. He needs 4 to be the all-time sack leader. Before the season started, I know if you didn't know, you're about to know, Myles Garrett has been wearing a wristband on his wrist that got the number 25 on it. Before the season started, his goal was to reach 25 sacks this year. He has 19. 19. And even after they play this game, they will still have 5 more games left in the season. I believe not only is he going to get the sack record, I believe he's going to smash it. I believe he is going to smash it, y'all. I believe he's going to smash it. I believe he's going to smash it. But that last thing I got to say is, I got that last message to leave for Kevin Stefanski. I got that message. What? That's a commercial.
You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job.
He's about to lose his job. Kevin Stefanski, you are about to lose your job. I just had to share that. Oh my goodness. I'm Randy Prentice, the host of Premier Sports Talk. I hope you enjoyed this live content, another episode of the ShedeurSanders Chronicles and What Are They Saying Now? All right, I'm going to ride this out all the way to the end of the season. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for being a blessing. And most importantly, be a blessing to somewhere else, to someone else. I'm the host, Randy Prentice, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. See you when I see y'all.